event listeners. So now for the event listener example one, that is stored in a variable greetings box. So now for this greeting box, one event whatever I am adding is add event listener. Okay. So within the bracket, you need to specify what type of event. Okay. So this is whenever there is a click on this particular. Okay, I don't know. So either you can just specify this element as in a paragraph, or you can specify it as in a button. Okay, so if there is a click on that particular text, so then it has to send the alert message good morning. Okay, so you can add one more event to the same element greeting box. You can just observe. I have just obtained the element information, okay, using get element by id stored in greetings box. So now for that one event listener is added. So now once again I'm trying to add one more event listener, that is greeting box dot add event listener. See, this is predefined function. Okay, so event listener. So for this function you are going to pass two values. Okay, you are going to pass two values. One is the event and another one is the action. Okay, one is the event and another one is the action. You have to specify it. And here you can just most whatever the event you are going to specify, it will be in a small case. Okay, so you cannot change these things. These are all case sensitive. So all the event names whatever you are going to use, okay, it will be having the small case. And also here you can just see camel casing is also used. So in this case the message or whatever the, so this is predefined function. Okay, alert, and you are just it will pop up a message and saying good boy. So whenever if you want to write your own function, okay, so if you don't want to use alert message, then you have to specify the user defined function here. Okay, so we'll do that. Maybe I'll give an example for that. Okay, so instead of alert, I'll be invoking whatever the function I am going to define. Okay, whenever if there is mouse out, that is if you are moving the mouse out of that element, so immediately it should call that particular function and perform the required task. Okay, so this is going to vary with respect to the browsers, the syntax. So if you are using Internet Explorer 8, okay, so this is the event listener, you have to specify attach event. Okay, so other than that, whatever the browser you are using, it supports for the function add event a listener. You can just use directly add event listener followed by the event name and function. Okay, so here there is no limit. You can add any number of event listeners to an element. Okay, so don't always use only the alert function. So in the example I'll show you. So I will invoke, will try to write if we were user defined function, and let that function should be called. And also when you are calling function here, so you should not give the parenthesis. Normally when I tell function, so we are going to specify the parenthesis. Okay, for when you are using the event listener, you need to just specify the event name, comma, and it should be in the code, and you have to specify the function name, and that should not contain the parenthesis, just name of the function. Close it and put a semicolon. We'll do one example for that. So there is another example. Okay, so this is user defined function. So instead of using alert, you can just invoke the user defined function, and that user defined function is going to perform a particular task. Here what is happening? So here it is just trying to fetch the date, okay, stored in variable t, and once again you are using alert function to display that particular date information. So this is anonymous function. Okay, so this is anonymous function. You can just observe here we have not given any function name. Okay, normally we'll give the function name, but this is another type of function. I think that part I have left. Okay, anonymous function means where you are not going to specify the function name. So directly we will be using the keyword function parenthesis. Okay, and also whenever if you are using anonymous function, it can be invoked only once. And if you want to store the return value of that particular function in a variable, that can be stored. Okay, so that is about the anonymous function. You try to execute one anonymous function like how we have used the named function. Okay, so an alternative is to show that in the listing. So anonymous function, that is one without name. Okay, so this is the syntax you need to follow. Okay, function parenthesis, and you are writing the code. Okay, logic, whatever you want to perform, and that whatever the value that it is going to return, that you can just store it in a element or a variable. Okay, so that is called anonymous function. So that can be done using anonymous functions. Okay, so next move on to the event objects. Okay, so no matter which type of event we encounter, they all are of DOM event objects. Okay, whatever the events I have shown in the previous slide. Okay, in the last class also I have listed some of the events. Okay, so those are all comes under DOM event objects. So here the event handlers associated with them can access and manipulate. Okay, so it can be accessed and it can be manipulated. You can just modify the function, and this is the syntax you need to follow for modifying the function. So that is function some handler, then if any parameter followed by, you need to write what is the code. Okay, okay, let me just move on to the examples, that is mouse events. Okay, yesterday I've already told what are the possible mouse events. Then keyboard events, you can just add all these events in your web page. Okay, wherever it is necessary, you can just add the events. Okay, for mouse event, you can write a function whenever there is a on click event. Okay, so mouse was clicked on an element, either it can be a paragraph, any element. Okay, any element, if there is a click on that particular element, immediately it has to invoke the function and it has to give some message or perform some particular task. Then if it is double click, okay, mouse was double clicked on an element. Okay, if there is a paragraph or some information, okay, the text information, if you double click on that, so it is going to perform a particular task. It will invoke the corresponding, here you have to specify the function name. Accordingly it is going to invoke that function and perform the operation. Then on mouse down, okay, then on mouse over, so then on mouse out, on mouse move. Okay, so these are just a simple set of events. So these are all mouse events, whatever I have listed here. So mouse events, you can just write for any of these things. Just practice, just one or two, you just take it and try to write a code for that. Then keyboard events. Okay, so on key down, on key press, and on key up. Okay, so on key up means when the key is released, so immediately it has to perform particular operation. Whenever a particular key is pressed, so it has to invoke the JavaScript function like that. Okay, here there is one example. So what is this example? For the event on key down. Okay, whenever if key is pressed, it has to call the function. Okay, that is user defined function. You can see this is named function. So where you are specifying keyword function followed by name of the function. Okay, so and here you are going to write the character, whatever the character that is pressed, so that you are going to just trying to display using alert message. Similarly, you can go with the form elements, form events, that is on blur, okay, on change. So until unless you use, you will not come to know the what exactly it happens. Okay, so for that let me try to do some of the examples. Okay, I am not going to touch upon all the events. Any one or two I will be taking. You people just try. Okay, so for the same form, try to change the event and observe how you're going to get the output. Okay, so this is for on submit login form. So on submit, so it is going to invoke the function. In case if the password is not entered, okay, so here you are writing the, it is something like validation. Okay, so validation part, you can just catching the on submit event. Whenever you click on a submit button, it is going to, it has to validate the fields whatever it is entered. Okay, so validating password, do not be blank. That means if you are simply entering without entering the password, okay, it should rise in a function indicating so enter a valid password. Okay, so that is an alert message. And most of the things nowadays, whatever the browsers you are using, the recent browsers, okay, the latest versions, so most of the browsers, it is going to perform the automatic validation. Okay, so in the older browsers, if you take, we have to write manually for each and everything for the validation purpose. Okay, so this is with respect to frame event. So let me, okay, so validating. So this also you can just similar to that. Normally you're going to write a function for validating the fields. Okay, so if you are taking the previous example itself on submit, okay, you are going to try to check is it the fields are entered or is it null. Okay, you are going to check. In case if this is a case, you need to enter the username. Okay, if you have just create one text box, we'll do that program. Okay, and keep one submit button. Whenever if I try to, without entering data, if I try to click on this, what happens? Okay, it should rise an alert message indicating so you must enter the username. Okay, so that is called as validation. So like this, we'll do one thing. I will be showing one or two examples in this class. So later you do, so in the next class I want to see everybody just prepare a registration form, add all possible fields. Okay, if you are doing like some particular application, if you are applying where it will take all the details of the person, username, that is first name, last name, middle name, okay, age, phone number, email id, father name, okay, what else, so there is still other any other fields, what is your education qualification. Okay, so all the details it should accept, all possible form elements you try to add. Okay, and put a submit button and clear button. Okay, so you people write manually so to validate each of the field. Okay, so for name, so you need to check for this. So is it the field value is null, so then you write a function for this checking field value is null. If it is null, raise an alert message, enter valid name. Similarly, if it is a phone number, okay, always here you can add one more for this same name field, you can add one more validation. So checking the name should not be number. Okay, so name should not be a number. For that we have a predefined function. Just check the condition and put the proper alert message. So for the same element you can add a number of functions for validation purpose. Okay, so will you do that? So everyone create a registration form and try to write the functions. Okay, if it is email id, okay, if it is email id, where it should have dot at symbol and also dot. Okay, so you have to check this. And also if it is a phone number, you can restrict phone number of digits entered in that field should be 10. Okay, so like this you prepare your own functionalities for the registration form. So I want everyone to do this task. In the next class I will be verifying it. Okay, even sometimes when you are submitting or installing the software, okay, what happens after taking all the details where you want to install all those things, it will be having the license part. So do you want to agree for all the license details? There will be a checkbox. Okay, without checking that box, okay, if you try to submit, it won't accept. You will get a message, click on agree. Okay, then if you put a tick mark on agree, then if you submit, it will accept. Okay, so that is how you can validate all the fields. Okay, so that's all about this JavaScript what you learned. Okay, so maybe in the next class I don't want to continue. I will just go with the next chapter. Okay, introduction to server side development with PHP. But you people don't just stick on to this what I explained. You have to explore more when you want to develop any application. So this is not enough. You have to explore more and try to use more functionality in your code. So let's quickly go to the coding part. I think in the last class we have done something with respect to the functions. Is it we have done anything with respect to functions? Changing the font color and all those things. Okay, so if not, let me just continue with that. Okay, so how to add the event listeners. Okay, so I'll just go with the same HTML. So where I have some button, okay, input type text box and paragraph. So now I think I have shown some example. I'll just remove this. Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll try to change the style of the paragraph. Okay, the style means the color of the font or any other thing. You can just try to change it by using get element by id, and you have to invoke for a function by adding the listeners. So what I'll do is within the head itself I will write the script. Okay, script tag. So it's better always go with the a separate external sheet, but here just for the simple example I'll be just continuing with this script tag. It is embedded. Okay, so now document dot get element by id. So I will try to access this paragraph. I'll specify the id of that paragraph I have given, that is demo. Okay, so now I'll try to add a listener for this element dot. Okay, in the last class I have shown inner.html. Okay, so these are the important functions you are going to use frequently in JavaScript, so try to practice. So you need to add event listener. So what is the function name you have to add here? It is add event. So check the spelling, okay, the cases. There is something wrong here spelling. Okay, so add event listener followed by C. Immediately if it is a correct keyword, okay, then automatically the color changes. So here I am going to add the event, okay, within the double quote, click event, okay, comma. Okay, if there is a click on that particular element, it has to invoke a particular function, my function. Okay, so here you should not specify the parenthesis, even though it is a function, you should not specify the parenthesis. Okay, so now just write the function here. So what is the function name? That is my function. Okay, so in my function, I'll try to modify some style of that particular element. You can do it anything. You can add any logic in the function. So document element by ID. So what is the name I have given? It is demo. Okay, so it should be in double quote demo. Then dot set attribute. Yesterday I was telling about this function. Set attributes. Okay, set attribute. So I am going to add function with respect to style. I want to change the style. So specify style, then comma. So what property you want to change with respect to style? So here just for time being, I'll go with the color. Okay. So like that you can just even change the font, anything if you want. You can just change it color. So color I'll make it any color. You can just give it and this function. Okay. Save it. So this is an example how to add the event listener. So what I'm just doing is very simple. So I want to change the style of this. Okay. So by using JavaScript, using event listener. This program name is correct. Okay. So now I think for this one I have written. No changes is happening. If I click on this, it should change the color. Some error. So it is giving error. It is not identifying this function. You can just quickly check what is the name of the name. Add event. Right, even spelling is also correct. Can somebody find out what is the mistake? So script. So this is all fine. Within the script I have written this functionality. Okay, so here there is a conflict. But still getting for that. Identify what is a mistake. If anybody. Okay, let me just check with the other function if this code is working or not. So if anybody come to know, if anybody is trying the code, let me know what is the mistake, why it is not able to identify this function. I'll be just keep writing the other function. Let me just quickly go with a new program. I'll just find out what is the mistake. So what I'm doing is now I'm just trying to create one page where it contains two input text box and one button. Okay, so same thing I'll be just creating with the other program. So here you can just give the name, you can use the label, So here I'm just directly using. So here I'll take input type. So I'll go with the text input type. You can give the name. For time being, I am not going to use name. I'll assign some ID value here. Name. We just take it for another field. Some ID, so that it will be easy to access. So now I have two fields, and also I'll try to add the button, and you can give the name, submit. So here I'll be invoking the function. Okay, on click, you can just see what are the events you can get it on click function. Okay, so now it has to invoke a particular function, that is I'll be writing validate form. Okay, validate form, it is a function name, put it in the parenthesis. Okay, if you are using add event listener, there you should not use the parenthesis. Okay, that's all about this web page. Now we'll try to add the functions. So let's see, go to the page. Okay, you can just view the break. Okay, so now see, nothing is happening. Even if you submit without anything, it is not telling anything. So if I give name, even if I give number, it is accepting. So now you just try to validate these fields using JavaScript function. So here I have already given the name. The only thing is I need to write the code for this. Okay, so let's write it in the same page, or you can use the external also. So script tag. Now add the function. Okay, so use the keyword function, and what is the name I have given here? Validate form. So in this, you need to add the uh, validation. So how you are going to add the validation? First, try to access the elements. Okay, so which field you want to validate. So for that, what I'll do is I'll create variable. Okay, for storing the name details. Okay, is it the field is empty? To check that, I am going to access that using document dot. So as usual, you can use get element by ID. Element by ID. You can use what is ID you have given. So here ID I have given name. Just specify that. Okay. So just take this, copy paste. But here you just change the name to phone number. Okay, so now you access the element information, okay, and it is stored in a variable. Now what you have to do is you need to check the condition. So using if else, you can check the condition. So if name dot value, okay, value is equal to, is it empty? Okay, so I am just checking for the emptiness. In case if the user is not entered any data and submitting, then it should give the alert message. Okay, so alert, enter valid name, enter some name or valid name you can give. Okay, so just close this, save it, and go to the browser. Okay, now I am not going to enter anything. Why? Let's check the function name, it should be correct. Give small function name.
Ma'am,
Yes.
in if condition, it should be like a name dot value double equals.
Very good. Yes. No, but it is not coming. Something mistake in the code. So if anybody, can you identify what is the mistake? There is no error. Capital C. Let me just check it. No, it is small case only. One click. Others, anybody is trying to execute the code? Netravati, switch off your video. It is not showing error also.
Ma'am, file name is wrong, I think, ma'am.
Which file name?
Here only, ma'am, in browser, it's like valid.html question mark.
It's there now. Valid HTML file. Okay, let me just change. File name is not a problem. Valid one.html. Still, there is some error. It is not showing error. Okay, so let me debug this program later. I have another program. I'll just go to that. Okay, so in the lab program, you know that like how to invoke the function. So here I have CLS. Okay, so where is the clear button? So on click CLS. The syntax is correct. I don't know why I am not getting there. So button on click valid. I'm just invoking the valid function. Not why put is not coming. So let me just remember. No problem. Okay, so it's getting late. Let me just. So the procedure is same. I don't know why it is not coming.